Right now, without thinking about it, you just took a breath. You didn't decide to. Your body just did it, the way it always does, roughly 20,000 times a day. And for almost every one of those breaths, you've been doing it wrong. Not slightly wrong. Wrong in a way that is quietly reshaping your jaw, degrading your sleep, and feeding your anxiety. Wrong in a way that has a name, a cause, and a fix that costs you nothing. The name is mouth breathing, and the odds are strong that it's what you're doing right now. Here's what your nose actually does that your mouth can't. When air enters through your nose, the nasal passages warm it, filter it, and add humidity before it ever reaches your lungs. But more importantly, your nasal sinuses produce a molecule called nitric oxide, which gets carried into your lungs with every nasal breath. Nitric oxide dilates your blood vessels and dramatically increases how efficiently your lungs absorb oxygen. When you breathe through your mouth, you skip all of that. Colder air, no filtration, no nitric oxide, less oxygen absorbed, even though you feel like you're breathing just fine. Journalist James Nestor spent a decade investigating this after his own health collapsed. What he found, working alongside pulmonologists and researchers, was that the modern human has largely forgotten how to breathe. And the reason starts with your face. Your skull is not the same shape as your ancestors' skulls. Paleoanthropologist Daniel Lieberman at Harvard has documented that ancient human skulls had wide jaws, broad faces, and open nasal passages. Modern human skulls are narrower. The jaw is smaller. The teeth are crowded. The airway is tighter. This happened because of food. Chewing hard, fibrous food throughout childhood stimulates the jaw and midface bones to grow wide and strong. When the human diet shifted towards soft, processed food, jaws stopped getting that stimulus. They stopped growing fully. And the airway got narrower with them, generation by generation. A narrower airway means mouth breathing becomes almost inevitable. And once mouth breathing becomes a habit, it triggers something deeper. Your nervous system has two modes: fight or flight and rest and digest. Mouth breathing and shallow chest breathing are signals your body associates with threat. Your prehistoric ancestors breathed this way when something was chasing them. When you breathe this way constantly, your nervous system draws the obvious conclusion. It keeps a low-level alarm running. Cortisol rises, sleep degrades, anxiety climbs, and you assume that's just how you are. The Bohr Effect, discovered by Danish physiologist Christian Bohr in 1904, explains the chemical mechanism behind all of this. Carbon dioxide in your blood isn't just waste. It's the trigger that tells your red blood cells to release oxygen into your tissues. When you breathe too fast or through your mouth, you exhale carbon dioxide faster than your body produces it. Your blood CO2 drops. Your hemoglobin grips its oxygen more tightly. Less reaches your brain. Breathing more air is actually delivering less oxygen. This is why slowing down your breathing, even when you feel breathless, often makes you feel better rather than worse. Researchers at Stanford ran a study that confirmed how fast the damage accumulates and reverses. They taped volunteers' mouths shut during sleep, forcing nasal breathing. Snoring dropped. Sleep apnea events fell. Blood oxygen improved. Then they removed the tape and had the same subject's mouth breathe during sleep. Snoring and apnea returned within days. One variable, enormous effect. If you wake up with a dry mouth, you breathed through your mouth overnight. If you're tired despite sleeping, if you're anxious without a clear reason, if you get sick often, some of that traces back here. The fix is not complicated. Breathe through your nose. Let your diaphragm, not your chest, do the work. Slow your breathing rate towards 6 breaths per minute instead of the modern average of 15 to 20. Your body already knows how to do this. The mechanics are still inside you. Right now, without thinking about it, you just took a breath. This time, maybe, you noticed how.